What's going on? Yeah, everybody, it's Melo DFS coming to you live and direct. Here to give you my favorite play for DraftKings and FanDuel for today. Had that 2-game main slate. Today is the 4th of September. Hope everybody's having an amazing one. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel. Press that bell icon to always stay notified for new videos. Let's get right into y'all going with the point guard spot. Now, we do have Russell Westbrook. He's getting cheaper in his price. All right, knowing that he hasn't done well in the past few games coming out of injury, but knowing that his minutes has creeped up. He had that 33 minutes last game, and as you can see, he came off 94 down to 88, and now he's at a cheaper play here. All right, we're looking at just 8,600 on DraftKings, 85 on FanDuel. To me, is a great spot. He does well against the Lakers. As you can see, check him out. 53, 60 in the last two, 83, 59 in the last four, y'all. So hopefully he's a great play. You know, he's a great price tag. To me, he's a payable price tag other than paying up for Harden. So going to Russell Westbrook in his play, getting around 35% in usage. He had 30% last game. Even with the 27 minutes the game before, he had 36% usage. So Russell Westbrook, something to consider at this play at point guard. Of course, you got Dragic, who's been real consistent in this series against the Bucks. He's 7,200 on FanDuel, 7K on DraftKings. To me, he's a plug and play here. In the last three games, 39, 43, 35, so 41 in the past four. So he's been real consistent in this series. So going back to the well with Dragic here against the Bucks. So let's go to our next spot, going to our shooting guards, in which this is a play where you might have to pay down, in which I like Danny Green. Now, he's 4,300 on FanDuel, 41 on DraftKings, but knowing his history against Houston, he does great against them. Is going to pay up this price tag. He has 23, 28, 42, 22, 28 in the last five games against Houston. So something to consider here, as his price tag is still within reach in his value. He has done, you know, better in his last three games. He had a 20, 27, and he had a 19 in the last three, but hopefully with his previous experience against Houston as well, he should be open on a three. Hopefully he just get those shots in. He's 27th in opposing shooting guard, so it's in a great spot overall. So something to consider here. Also, we got Caldwell Pope, as he's 4K on FanDuel. He's 38 on DraftKings, in which you could pay down. I mean, even DraftKings is a great play for KCP, as he had 29 last game in 28 minutes. So something to consider here for KCP in this spot as shooting guard. Of course, you want to go up. We do have Tyler Hero, as he's been doing well. He has 54 on FanDuel. He's 52 on DraftKings, which is reachable. He had 29, 14, 30 in the last three games against the Bucks. So if you get that 25 plus here, that would definitely pay up his price tag. Something to consider if you want to pay down from Chris Middleton, but Chris Middleton has been real consistent in this series to try to get this W for him. You know, he had 49, 45, 39 in the last three. So if Chris Middleton, if you want to pay up, still a great spot here on FanDuel at 75, but looking about 8,200 on DraftKings. You know, he look like more of a cash play on DraftKings, but a more likely fade on DraftKings, but as a viable play on FanDuel. All right, let's go to our next spot, going to our small forwards. Small forward side, I like LeBron James better than Giannis in my opinion. He has a faster paced game. If you didn't know, Lakers, they are 100.6 in pace, and Houston's 103.7. So it's a positive pace for the Lakers, to where you want to get some guys in this play on the LA side. LeBron James, even AD, two easy spots here. As you can see, Houston's garbage against small forwards. They're 30th in the position, and James in a great spot at 10,800 on FanDuel. He is 11,000 on DraftKings, but you're looking at a 53.6 projection play. He has 51, 55, 53 in the last three against Houston. So if you could pay up this price tag, LeBron James is that guy here. You know, Giannis needs to step it up. He has been, you know, he's been hurting. You know, he had 51 last game, 44, 50 in the last three games against the Bucks. But I got like this play here if you want to pay down, especially on DraftKings, as you know, LeBron James is a better price tag on DraftKings compared to Giannis. Of course, you got Eric Gordon. He's been real consistent in the series. He's 5,600 on FanDuel. He's 58 on DraftKings, which is something to consider here. He's 29, 28, 34, 34, 32 in the last five games. He's been real consistent in the playoffs to help out as the third man. Something to consider for Eric Gordon here. All right, going to our next play at power forward, we got AD in a great play. He's 11,200. You're looking at a 55.2 projection play as their 25th against the position. So AD should definitely, just be dominant in the front court here, as they only have Covington and PJ Tucker here. Love this play for Anthony Davis. He had a 32, 31 in the last 3 of the times he played Houston. He did have a 70 mark, but knowing that he's in a great play, he's just been doing well in the playoffs. He had 62 last game, 41, 67, 53, 54 in the last 5 games. He could pay up this price tag easily. He's 10,000. I think it's 10,600 on DraftKings. But something to consider here for AD, as he should be real dominant in the paint to get rebounds and whatnot. He's averaging around 29% usage a game, so like this spot. But if you want to pay down, if you want to go like to a Bam Adebayo, now he's 8K on both platforms. We gotta look into the status with Caldwell Pope, as he's questionable as of right now, but of course that would definitely help out with his usage here. Now he had 31, 45, 46 in the last 3 games, so something to consider here. You want to pay down from AD to get some more, just to change up your lines and try to add like a Bam and Covington in your lines, because Covington's also been hot too. So he's 6,800 on FanDuel. He has 63 on DraftKings. He's been dominant, y'all. He had 54 last game in the series. He had 47, 43 in the last 3 games. Finally getting over that slump. Once Russell came back, seemed like he's just been connecting, and he has great stats against the Lakers: 34, 39, 31 in the last 3 games. So with this price tag, looking at 32.5 projection play, I like this play for Robert Covington for today. All right, let's go to our last play, going to our center spot. Now we do got Brook Lopez. He's been real consistent in the series. Just overall, he had 29, 33, 30, 28, 24 in the last 5 games, averaging around 27.8 fantasy points a game, and he's been great against Miami. So something to consider. 5,600 on DraftKings, 57 on FanDuel. Definitely will have some plays with Brook Lopez in this series. Dwight Howard is something to consider as well. He's 4,100 on FanDuel. He's 4K on DraftKings. He had 17, 25, 17 in the last 3, so it's more of an uptrend, and he does show some value. He had 25 last game against Houston. He had 25, 6, 34. So if you want to be different and plug in like a Dwight Howard, especially on FanDuel, something to consider for your lines. Of course, you got PJ Tucker, as in the last 2, he averaging 31.5 fantasy points in the last 2 games. But in this series with the Lakers, they definitely gonna need him to put in work. You got a lot of Towers. You got McGee. You got Howard. He gonna have a lot to deal with. So PJ Tucker could be a valuable play, even at his price tag on DraftKings at 4,800. Something to consider, as he's gonna get the minutes. He's averaging around 34 minutes a game. But as you can see, 39, 38 in the last 2 games. It's something to consider with PJ, as you're gonna have a long day. But those are the 3 guys I like in center. But like the plays, y'all, give a thumbs up. Any questions, comment below. If you want access to my player pool, click the link in the description for draft dashboard tools. Once you sign up, you got the NBA cheat sheet. You have your sleepers, your studs. Click on the watch players. You get access to your player pool, and you'll see watch Mel DFS picks button up top for either DraftKings or FanDuel. So I love y'all, man. Y'all collect that bag for today. It's Mel DFS, and y'all stay blessed. And I'll see y'all in the next video.